Hey folks, we are at Furnace Creek Resort and they have this museum, outdoor museum here of old mining equipment from Death Valley and the borax works. We're going to walk around and take a look at some of this unusual machinery that is now over 100 years old. This is the actual machinery that was used here in Death Valley. So let's take a look around. We are at Furnace Creek Resort in Death Valley. This is some of the large equipment that they used to use out here in Death Valley back in the day. Look at the tires on this thing. This thing is not even tires, it is just iron with wood holding it together. Could you imagine traveling on something like that? It'd be a bumpy ride. This is a 20 mule team feed wagon. They would station these along the camps, along the 20 mule team route, so the mules would have feed for the night. And here's one of the 20 mule team wagon trains. They would have 20 mules that would pull this train of 3 carts, huge carts. That one's obviously going to hold water or something over here, but these right here would be full of borax. This is a bunch of other equipment that they used to use out here. This one right here is called Old Dinah. I know nothing about it, but I'm fixing to. It's a steam tractor and ore wagons that were introduced at Old Borat to replace the 20 mule teams and replaced in turn by Borat and Daggett Railroad. The tractor was later used and abandoned on the Beatty Keene Wonder Mine Road in Death Valley. So this replaced the 20 mule team wagon. And then this right here is obviously what came later when they started using trains to pull the borax out of Death Valley. They've got I guess you'd be a grist mill over here. This would be a way of extracting ore from the rock. This was considered modern equipment back in the day. And here's what they used to ride into Death Valley in. This was your family car, your sports car. This is what people used to ride down into Death Valley with these buggies. It's 120 degrees out right now. Could you imagine riding in one of those things in this heat? Some type of large engine is probably used at one of the mine camps. I love coming out to Death Valley. So many things out here you just don't see anywhere else. This was all modern technology back in the day when they were using it to haul ore out and borax. I tell you, there is history all around us that we just don't see. That's a little cart there. Huh. Neat. That's a 1 stamp ore pulverizer from the Johnny Mine. This is all equipment used here in Death Valley in mining. That was a water cart. So you never think about the fact that when you're out here in Death Valley working, especially back in the early 1900s, there was no electricity out here, or very little, and there was very little water. Any water that that you needed to mine, you brought into Death Valley, along with all of your equipment. And you always had to have extra equipment on hand in case something broke, because it was a heck of a long way out to try to find a hardware store somewhere where you could get something to replace a tool that was broken.